Hi everyone, so in this video we are going to look at how to get a valid measurement using either a quad or a triple beam balance. So I already have some notes on here, so I'm just going to kind of walk through what I did and how I got this measurement over here to the right. The first thing I did and the first thing you should always do is determine your place values before you even think about getting a measurement. And I'll show you an example of how I did that down below. But just an overview, I basically just looked at the beams and figured out what place values were marked. And then once I got that last one, I knew I had to estimate one more. And that's where I got my fifth digit here, my fifth place value. And I did the same, for these other ones. So let's do that together here for this. So I always want to look at my biggest place value first, and I can see, I have smaller ones. So up at the top here, this is my hundreds. And so I'm definitely going to have a number in that place value. Next place value is marked, and it's the tens. After that would be the ones, and it is marked right here. The decimal, the next place value possible is going to be the tenth, and that's right there, and it is marked. Between those tenths, I do have some more marks, which means the hundredths is marked. I don't see any more lines in between there, so that must mean my thousandths is going to be my estimated place value. I didn't need to look at the actual measurements or the arrows or where things were. I can figure out how many place values I'm going to be just by looking at the tool. And I really recommend that you guys do that before you take a measurement. That way you're not forgetting any place values. And you'll see again in a second where it's especially helpful. So looking at my biggest one, there is a number there. It is at 100. The tens place value is an 80, so 180. My ones is 3, 183. Now here's where students struggle. So I'm just going to draw a black outline here to show us that arrow a little bit better. Now for my tenths place value, this one right here, I know that the number or the arrow, sorry, is not yet to 0.7, and it's definitely, after 0.5. And we can, if we look really close, I could see an argument for it's either straight on that 0.6 or it's just before that 0.6. And, we'll get into that estimate. So for right now, let's just say we are right on that 0.6, 183.6. Now, this is where students stop because they can see it, it's on the line, and they don't want to think about anything else. But because I have these lines here, I know that I have to have another certain value plus an estimate. And if I look really close, if I'm at 0.6 and 0.61, I am certain 100% that it's not to this one yet. And therefore, I am certain that this should be a 0. That tells me that it's not quite to the 1, but it's not less than 0.6. And then I need to have my estimated, okay, well, we've decided that it's not yet to that 0.1, and I'm going to say, well, I think it's exactly on that line, and so I'm going to put a 0 as my estimated place value. Having these two zeros gives me a more precise measurement because I have those more place values. If I didn't have these, if it stopped right here, well, it could have been at 0.65, it could have been at 0.69. We don't know, and it seems like such an insignificant number being so small, but when we do calculations, it is very much significant. And so we need to have those extra zeros in there. And you can see in my other examples where, that comes into play. Here, this one was nice because it wasn't exactly on the line. So it was obvious, where my estimated value was coming from. Oh my gosh, this 9 right here. And you could have estimated 0.97 or 0.98. I estimated 0.99. There's always going to be a range of answers that's accepted, and I kind of explain that here in orange. It's estimated, so I can't say nope, this is what it is. That defeats the point of estimating. But there is a more right answer. For this one, for example, saying that it was 7.71. Well, it's here's the halfway point. That arrow is not before that. You know what I mean? So there's certain things that we can say, all right, well, we need a reasonable estimate. But to say that there is only one answer is just not an accurate thing to say. So I know it was quick. Hopefully, that is just a refresher on the measurement, getting a valid measurement, using all those certain values, and adding on an estimated place value.